Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Let me introduce to you today the education in the age of Industry 5.0. My name is Mike Rada. I am human, and I am the founder of Industry 5.0. Before we start, a little bit about the background. Industry 5.0 was launched on December 1st, 2015. It represents the first industrial evolution ever led by man, by human, and it is based on the principles of systematic waste prevention applicable for industries, called industrial upcycling. My name is Mike Rada. I was born on December 24th, 1971. I am human and the founder of Industry 5.0. And it helped me to work for 23 years in a business environment to find out that there is something wrong and something has to be changed. I started my career as a worker in a steel factory. And for 3 years on my business card was the title president. But it's not there anymore because there is much more valuable one. So what I have achieved, or what Industry 5.0 and industrial upcycling have achieved. So first of all, in 7 years we have prevented more than 1 million metric tons of products to become waste. It was done in 50 or 60 realized projects, and I was able to educate more than 1,500 students and inform them about the existence physically. My speeches and my posts have been seen by more than 100,000 people in the world. And my global business network counts 10,000. I have published over 2,500 articles in English so as in Czech language. I received 6 awards for my work. And I'm building the global ecosystem. And I do that with zero funding. Because I do follow the systematic approach. I go exactly as it is written on a birth certificate of Industry 5.0. I go from virtual to physical. And I am trying to establish the curiosity-based education to pull education. I try to connect academic for businesses and prepare businesses for academic. And because this is the preparation for the future. We have to learn by doing things. We have to think once and use twice. We can follow 6R methodology or logistic efficiency design. But the most important is that we talk as human to human. How does the reality look like? When I was born, our planet was blue and called blue marble. But last year in 2019, it was gray with smoke, with environmental damage. We plant our food on this beautiful planet, on a planet which we encountered with 170 million pieces of space trash, space debris. And as we grow our food, we throw it away because the leaves are not green enough. We work in industries which dig inside the only place where we can live, with the hunt for one and only aim: more, no matter what. Important is more. We throw away 9.5 million tons of clothing without being damaged every single year just in US. This is not park place or parking lot. This is graveyard of new cars which are being produced for never to be sold. All these barrels are filled with waste, zinc waste, because the producer needs just 20% of the raw material and the rest is thrown away. We live in a world where capacity of this fire tank, same capacity of water is needed to produce one single hamburger in its entire life cycle. We live in a world where together with us 7.7 billion people live. But did you know that 200 years ago it was just 1 billion? Did you know that 100 years ago it was just 1.5 billion? And despite the 2 world wars and more than 650 war conflicts all around the globe, that the population increased by 6 times. By 5 times, I'm sorry. But do you know that in 2050 there should be 11 billion people living on the planet? On the same planet where we throw away 25% of a melon, in average 22% of bread, and almost 40% of salad. In a planet where one shift in a factory can generate more waste than a city generates in a month. On a planet where a single drop of a water can save life. On a planet where 475 million liters of drinking water are being spoiled just by one crude oil industry in California. We live in the world where the value of waste in the hands of waste industry is 475 billion US dollars. This should be in 2023. The World Bank predicts what will happen. The World Bank predicts that the volume of waste will grow, and in some regions it should double till 2050. World Bank used the data that separate or divide the different types and categories of waste. And if you look at it, we see that almost everything can be reused or recycled. But in fact, the World Bank says as well that only 13.5% of all materials of all waste is being recycled. But we can make the change. Because the value of waste prevention was already in 2019 475 trillion US dollars. Industrial upcycling is the methodology of systematic waste prevention applicable to industries. It was launched in 2013, and Industry 5.0 is based on the principles of industrial upcycling. And it prevented already over 1 million metric tons of products to become waste. The issue is that we build our future on the top of a waste pyramid. But very few realize that there is no possibility to build the future on the top of a pyramid. Many tries before, but nobody succeeded. This is why the groundstone of Industry 5.0 is different. It's a cubic. Firstly, we have to recognize that something must not become waste. And if we succeed, then we have to reconsider what to do with it. And the best part is, we should realize the step. And if we succeed, then we will change the world and build the world wasteless. How the education will look like in the age of Industry 5.0? It will turn into communication of many instead of monologue of one. It will merge physical and digital education, not prioritizing one or the other. And the students will be who will indicate the size and speed of their education, not 100-year-old books. Businesses and education systems will merge, and there will be no limit but the new waste rewarded and evaluated, delivering new insight instead of repeating only the word of old wise men. But in fact, we have to learn from the mistakes of the past because we can avoid them in the future. And we should learn that it is us who create the future, not to wait somebody else will do it for us. We must go from wasteful to wasteless, because the education must grow humans, not components for the machinery. And the main tools are creativity and openness, so as efficient communication understandable to all. We should not waste our time by asking 5 times why, if we will be able to ask just once the right question. We have to learn that being different is not shame. We have to learn that everyone can change the world with the work of his or her hands. We have to learn again to be proud, to be human. Industry 5.0 is the first industrial evolution ever led by man. It changed the mindset of people and businesses from wasteful to wasteless, and it's delivering results without the need of capital investment. It's based on principles of systematic waste prevention applicable for industries, and it's utilizing the rich on-the-ground mines. It's based on transparency, profit sharing, and efficiency. And please understand, Industry 5.0 is not a sales tool or a product. We are living in a world where work starts to be digitalized. 2020 shows us that even the education should be digitalized. And our leisure time is being digitalized for a long time. So it seems like the only missing point is to digitalize the human. And if we do so, our world and our home will look like this. Because data don't need light. But I cannot answer you one question. If a human in digital world can be called human. But I have decided to go different way. I have decided to build wasteless world, and my world look like this. because it is everyone's decision which way he or she will go. And if you struggle on your way, please get in touch with me. My name is Mike Carrada, and I do build Wasteless World for 7 years, and I will continue as long as I will be able to do so. Everyone has choice, and I've chosen to build Wasteless World, and I do believe that we will educate the people to follow the construction of Wasteless World, the only world the human is able to live on. Have a nice day, free of waste and wasting in all its forms. And please, stay safe and be human.